can hear it.
I can hear it too.
All right. I'm here with Carin Marie, everybody. From, I'm going to say it wrong now. Buena Vista.
Buena Vista. There you go.
I think, who was I talking to? It was, I don't know if it was Jack Stimmer or Andy Snow. There's like 4 Coloradans that I know that are here, and there was a conversation on how not to say Winu Vista, or however they were saying absolutely not to say. But if you tell me how not to say something, that's exactly how I'm going to say it for the rest of my life, apparently, with no diversion whatsoever. Yeah, so Carin Marie, this is your first time to the Yellowstone Songwriters Festival. Welcome.
It sure is, thank you. I've been to Cody many times, but this is my first appearance at this particular event.
What brought you to Cody before?
So, growing up, I had a family band.
Okay.
And so we used to play at the Buffalo Bill Museum during the Cowboy Festival. And so we'd play inside the museum, which we always thought was kind of comical. It's supposed to be quiet and a learning environment, and there we were playing guitars. And
what kind of music were you playing?
we were a cowboy band, cowboy cover band.
Okay. So you come from a pretty cowboy culture down there. I mean, I see you've got, you know, a guitar strap looks like it could wrap around the bottom of a horse if need be.
You know, I did not grow up on a ranch. I grew up with 3 horses. And the older I got, we started going to brandings, because when you play cowboy music, you start meeting cowboys, and they think it's really fun to watch kids wrangle cattle. And so we used to go do that, and then when I got to college, I worked on some ranches to put myself through school, and so I've dabbled in the Western world quite a bit.
Okay, cool. Where'd you go to school at?
Well, growing up, I was homeschooled and went off to college at South Plains in Levelland, Texas, and then I graduated from Texas Tech University.
There's a pretty strong music culture there around Levelland and Lubbock. So is that where you sort of, I mean, you continued your music, you obviously grew up playing in a family band, so you were I mean, doesn't South Plains have a music program there, pretty strong music program? Yeah,
that's where I went. I've been touring professionally my whole life, and then Michael Martin Murphy suggested I get educated in guitar playing. And so I went to South Plains. They have a commercial music program where you can study voice, guitar, you can play in any kind of band genre that you want to. And so I actually went there on a Western Swing scholarship.
Wow.
Which I don't play much Western Swing anymore, but it paid the bills at the time. And so it was really neat. I even did an 80s hair metal band, just for kicks. You're not going to hear any of that today. Don't worry.
So I see you have an interesting arrangement of capos on your guitar here. I feel like you're going in a specific direction for a song. Would you mind playing us a song or telling us a little bit about the song you'd like to play for us?
Yeah, I sure will. I was listening to Frank talk, and I know he said the best way to write music is from the heart. And that is something that I have strived for all my years of writing. And sometimes inspiration comes from the most random things, sometimes it's happy things. I'm sure other songwriters will agree. It's happy or sad, and sometimes it falls right in the middle. And so during the pandemic, I had a lot of extra time to write music, as we all did. And so for me, it was different because I'd spent the last 20 years touring, and all of a sudden I had nowhere to go and nowhere to be, and I didn't know what to do with that. And so I hiked and I fished and I kayaked and I rode my horses. I did all the things that I had not gotten to do. And then suddenly I realized I was having the best summer of my entire life because I didn't have to be anywhere. And then I realized maybe I should be a little more productive with my time, and I should write some new music. And I was able to finish some songs that I had kept away in a little box. I have a shoe box that I keep under my bed of all my notes, and it consists of gum wrappers and anything that I had to write on at the time. And this was on the top of the pile because I had started writing it a few years before, and it was a bad year where everything that could go wrong was going wrong. And so I knew that if I finished this particular song at the time, it would be a sad song. And I wanted it to be an inspiring and uplifting song. And so we all started doing those Facebook Live concerts, and I realized that music touches so many people all around the world. And we've all been through good times, we've all been through bad times. And then I get the pleasure of writing music about that, where we can all reflect back and connect that way. And so for me, I finished this because I thought the world needed a song to bring us together. And I grew up in the mountains. And so for me, I look at the good times and the bad times as mountains that we get over. And I'd say 2020 was a pretty big mountain we were all on together. And so with that being said, I just want to send this out to everybody and all the folks that are here this weekend, because isn't this fun? Isn't live music great? There'll be plenty of time. When we get over the mountain, we won't be alone. When we get over the mountain, we'll finally be home. Our hands won't be empty, our pockets will be rich. We won't have to worry about what we can't fix. The nights won't be lonely, time won't seem short as we take our last walk on a heavenly course. When we get over the mountain, things will be fine. When we get over the mountain, there'll be plenty of time. We get over the mountain, we won't be alone. When we get over the mountain, we'll finally be home. Cold will no longer take hold of our bones, and we won't know the pain of growing old. The warmth on our skin will feel deep within. The aches on our hearts we won't know again. When we get over the mountain, things will be fine. When we get over the mountain, there'll be plenty of time. When we get over the mountain, we won't be alone. When we get over the mountain, we'll finally be home. We won't remember what it's like to cry. We won't let anger build up inside. When we get over the mountain, things will be fine. When we get over the mountain, there'll be plenty of time. When we get over the mountain, we won't be alone. When we get over the mountain, we'll finally be home. When we get over the mountain, things will be fine. When we get over the mountain, there'll be plenty of time. When we get over the mountain, we won't be alone. When we get over the mountain, we'll finally be home. We'll finally be
What a song. What a voice. That must be really fun for you to have that voice.